Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. This post is from the subreddit Relationship Advice, and it's by user ChoiceAlarm2238. My boyfriend's brother is asking us to break up, or he walks out of the family. It's a bit of a long story. I, 21 female, and my boyfriend, 21 male, have been together since we were 17. We have a healthy relationship, and I have a fantastic relationship with his family as well. I spent every Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and any events in between with his family. His mom and I get along really well, and my boyfriend annoyingly complains about how she calls me more than him. Same with his father, who has been a second father figure to me, and always reminds me I'm more like a daughter to him than his son's girlfriend. My boyfriend has an older brother, 24, who I also get along with just fine, but he's more kept to himself, so I don't know him as well as the rest. His older brother recently got himself a girlfriend, and actually, the first time since I've met him that he's had a girlfriend. This Halloween weekend was my boyfriend's parents' anniversary, and they invited me over, as usual, but also asked the brother to bring his girlfriend over for the first time. His girlfriend is the same age as me, so I was looking forward to meeting her. That Saturday, I arrived at my boyfriend's parents' place early, as me and his mother had plans to cook a large meal for everyone. That afternoon was mostly just me, my boyfriend, and his parents hanging out. The girlfriend came later in the evening with his brother. Right off the bat, she became overly comfortable with my boyfriend and his father. She said, "I didn't know all the men in your family are handsome," and gave both men a rather tight and long hug. She then made her way over to his mother, ignoring me completely and saying, "You're so pretty. Watch out though, your husband's on my radar." Immediately, his mother turned to me and whispered, "I have a bad feeling about her." We stayed in the kitchen, but the kitchen looks into the living room, so we saw everything go down. The girlfriend sat on both my boyfriend and his dad's lap when trying to talk to them, and both men seemed uncomfortable. Soon, my boyfriend joined us in the kitchen and said, "I don't like her." I called her over to taste the pasta. We all like spicy food, but I didn't know if she could handle it. To which she took a bite and said, "It's good. I see why they keep bringing you around." That compliment felt backhanded, and I felt more uneasy with her. We set up the dining table and it was time for dinner. My boyfriend's family usually says grace before the meal and invited the girlfriend to lead today as she was a guest. The girlfriend accepted and happily thanked God for the food and all the members, intentionally leaving me out of the grace. I didn't mind too much, but my boyfriend and his mom looked at me with the "you saw that" look in their eyes. As the dinner moved along, my boyfriend's dad grilled her with questions about her life and this and that, something he did to me as well. She seemed like a decent girl from a decent background. After he was done, he started asking me about the things I was working on and my plans for graduate school. Before I could answer, she interrupted and started talking about her work and how much she hated it. I could tell my boyfriend's dad didn't really want to listen, as he gave dry responses back, and then turned back to me and just asked about how my family was doing. This trend went on the whole night, where every time I was acknowledged, she would interrupt me. Near the end of dinner, she jokingly said, "Be careful, David," brother's name. "I might just leave you for Blake," my boyfriend's name. I'm at a point where I don't get jealous or annoyed at this type of stuff, so I went along and said, "Yeah, Blake, remember to invite me to the wedding when it happens." That seemed to be the breaking point for the girlfriend, as she started crying and saying, "She's been trying to embarrass me the entire night." And then went on a ramble about how I'm hogging my boyfriend's family and making her look bad in front of them. Right after dinner, she dragged my boyfriend's brother out of the house with her and they left for the night. We invited them to stay over for the weekend. My boyfriend's family apologized to me for having to witness that, and we all chilled down to some drinks and kept the celebration going without them. The next day, my boyfriend's mother gets a call from the brother, who seemed extremely pissed off. She put her phone on speaker, so we all heard him talk. He said his girlfriend is really upset with me and his family, how she's now having doubts about him and their relationship. She says that as long as I'm involved in the family, she doesn't think the relationship with him will work out. The brother then began to ask that I break up with my boyfriend so his girlfriend would stop crying and finally have peace with their relationship. My boyfriend denied the request, so did his parents, to which the brother then said, "Either she's out of the family or I am. I don't want to end this relationship over someone who's not related to us in the first place." Since then, no one has been able to get a hold of him, and it's stressing his parents and my boyfriend out a lot. I feel guilty, but also confused about what to do. I don't want to break apart this family, but I love my boyfriend and his parents too. I don't know what to do or how to process any of this. Oh wow, OP, hold on. This was the first time the whole family was meeting this girl, and she just threw a live grenade inside of it like nothing. Your boyfriend's mom is right, she is trouble, but she's trouble for your boyfriend's brother. And his argument shoots itself in the foot. He doesn't want to end the relationship over someone who's not related to them. His girlfriend is not related to him or to the family in any way. Just like you, OP. The difference is that they love you, and apparently she's not liked at all. So here's what I would do, OP. None of this is your fault, so just let it be. There's an old saying that says, "He who leaves without being kicked out will come back without an invitation." Which basically means that if the brother is ever smart enough to realize that she's a manipulator and leaves her, he's gonna come back to the family with his tail between his legs and never want to talk about it. In the meantime, OP, you enjoy your boyfriend and his family, and hopefully the brother will learn the lesson. And if he doesn't, well, it's a pity, but that's life. And what do you guys think OP should do, if she should do anything? Let me know in the comment section, and now let's move on to the community comments to see what they said. Raccoon Collective says, "So he leaves, sees what a train wreck she is, and comes back in a year or 3, tail between his legs. He's got some growing up to do." Neutral Good 079 says, "Don't engage. The girlfriend is clearly disliked by the entire family. The brother is clearly desperate for the first person that showed him some attention. She was grossly inappropriate and made everyone uncomfortable. Leave yourself out of it. The brother will stay away, realize she's insane and not worth having 0 friends or family." Geekin Glorious says, "Wow, brother-in-law is an entitled infant man. This isn't on you at all. Everyone there witnessed your behavior and hers. This is on them to handle with their son and brother. You are the scapegoat for the girlfriend, but have done nothing wrong. Listen to your boyfriend if he needs to vent, but I have a feeling the brother has had fits like that before. This behavior can't be new to them. Let them handle it." And OP responds, "I'm not entirely sure with his fits. Again, I get along with him, but I've never been close to him to actually know what's going on. But from what I see, he does tend to get upset easily. Hence why I barely see him. He doesn't show up to half the family events." Alright, well, the community basically said everything I did, but in a much shorter way. Anyways, let's move on with the update to see what happened next. Thank you for the response. I feel reassured knowing I'm not selfish to stay with the family, and I plan on keeping things how they are and not letting my boyfriend's brother or girlfriend take control of this situation. An update on the situation that sort of gives me more clarity on why everything happened. This morning, my boyfriend's mother got a hold of his brother, and we all went over again and sat down together. No girlfriend this time. The brother seemed to calm down a lot more and apologized for the commotion the other night. However, he's still backing up on my boyfriend and us breaking up for the betterment of his relationship. There was a lot of back and forth between my boyfriend and his brother, a lot of what I simply chose to stay out of. His brother got angry again, and right before he left he said, "You can shove that ring up your ass and don't think about inviting me to the wedding." He left after that and the room got tense, so my boyfriend opened up to me about something. Basically, he planned to propose to me. Not now, but he bought the ring a few months ago and told his family, including his brother, about it. He said the tension between his brother and him started the moment he told him he planned to propose to me. I didn't know if I should be happy my boyfriend wants to marry or upset that this was sorta over a ring, lol. Now, I'm still confused about the girlfriend's behavior, but I think I can safely say that beyond the girlfriend, a big reason the brother was upset was over the fact that I and my boyfriend are gonna get married. That's the update for me. Also, a lot of people asked about my boyfriend's older brother's dating history, and I found out this was the first time he dated someone since he was 16. He's 24 now. Anyways, that's all. My boyfriend was bummed out that he had to spill the beans on his plan, but we talked it out and he said he's gonna officially propose with the ring in his planned time. I'm gonna stay with him. I'm gonna keep my distance from that family though for the time being, just in case any more mishaps comes to fruition. Oh wow, well, just before the update I thought that the brother was just some stupid weak-minded fool, but it turns out he's a moronic idiot, and an insecure one at that. I would say, OP, congratulations on your future possible engagement, but you don't need to stay away from the family. Just let the brother do his thing and don't mind them. Both of your future in-laws seem to love you a lot, so don't put any distance between you and them, and enjoy your time. Congratulations again, and thanks for sharing. Now, let's move on to the next post. This post is from the subreddit Anti-Work, and it's by user Not a CEO. I'm being accused of stealing company property because I brought my own Keurig cups in instead of buying from the company snack bar. How should I tell my boss to go F herself? The little Keurig cups at work are 50 cents each. Very reasonable, but I don't like the flavors they keep stocked. So I brought my own cups from home and have been using those instead. Better flavor and all that. There's a Keurig coffee machine, 2 of them actually. We have some serious coffee addicts here. In the break room that employees are allowed to use, so that's what I've been using. My boss is a notorious tightwad and a micromanaging a-hole. I was getting my coffee yesterday morning using my own Keurig coffee cups that I purchased on my own time, and she asked, "Where did you get those?" All offended like. The ones I bought are easily distinguishable from the company purchased ones. Mine are red, the company ones are blue. When I said I brought them in from home, she said that was illegal. Huh? And I was stealing company resources and to stop immediately. I just burst out laughing. I honestly thought she was kidding. She continued that I was stealing the water since I had to pay for the privilege to use the coffee machines, and raised her voice for me to stop laughing and that I could be fired. That's when I realized she was serious. I was nearly speechless. I kept repeating, "Are you serious?" It's water from a coffee machine. It's a single cup of coffee. And she kept saying, "Nope, stop immediately or we'll fire you for theft." Again and again and again, that I had to use the company purchased ones and no others. I'm going in tomorrow and I'm getting my damn cup of coffee, and I will absolutely die on this hill if I have to. I've worked here for 5 years and have no problem escalating this to the CEO if necessary, or getting a new job. This is ridiculous. How should I tell my boss she can go F herself if she brings this up again and threatens me further? Wow, OP, your boss does sound like a moron. First thing I would do is try to cover myself in the sense to make sure that what she's saying is actual BS. I would believe somebody in the HR department is the one that sees company benefits like these, so maybe talk to them and see if what you're doing is actually illegal, which sounds ridiculous, but still, this due diligence could help you tell her to go F herself. And if she does fire you over this, which again sounds ridiculous, then you could always sue her or the company for wrongful termination, right? So what do you guys think? What should OP do in this situation? Let me know in the comment section, and now let's go take a look at the community comments to see what kind of advice OP got there. Queen Druid says, "I wonder if she's actually profiting off the coffee machine personally if she's that upset about it. Is there any accounting trail for where the 50 cent goes? Is your boss embezzling the coffee fund?" Work Me Baby one more time says, "Don't tell her to go F herself. Just say, 'Do you want to go to HR now? I have a few minutes.' 2 things will happen. 1, she'll sputter because you called her bluff. 2, you'll go to HR and get to watch her get laughed out of there." Nick J2306 says, "I would not even acknowledge it. This isn't stealing by any definition. I like to kill people with sarcastic kindness." Quote, "Dear boss, I understand there was some confusion at work. I brought in some coffee to enjoy at work and I believe you think I stole from the paid snack area. As a good person and your employee, I should let you know this has caused me some very undue stress. I did not see anywhere in our company policies where I can't brew my own coffee at work. If you could send that to me to clear up any confusion, that would be great. If it's not in the Commons handbook, I would think you would want to apologize to me before I would have to get HR involved, as my mental health and fear from my job have really caused me some health concerns on my end. You know, something like that." Alright, well, OP got some decent advice, so now let's move on to the update to see how this story ends. I had posted yesterday on my lunch break, and when I came back into work, I already had a few good ideas thanks to a bunch of you. Like several of you recommended, I wanted to get her accusations in writing. so I sent off an email as soon as I sat down after lunch. I basically played dumb. Hi, just wanted to double check the rules regarding bringing coffee in from home. Is it not allowed? I don't recall this being in our employee handbook, blah blah blah. She replied about an hour later, saying what she had said earlier. Yes, it was grounds for firing since it was using company property for personal gain. Oh, what? And I should only use the company Keurig cups. I replied asking if it was considered stealing the company water, and she again said yes, but not if I paid for the coffee since I was purchasing it. Oh, and a bunch of you also thought she was profiting off the coffee cups, and while your logic was sound, I found out later she has no responsibilities or fingers in the pot regarding the fees from the employee break area. Turns out, she really is just a micromanaging a-hole. Once I got these emails back from her, I went straight in person to my senior boss, who outranks everyone in the office. I asked him if it was true that we were not allowed to bring in our own personal Keurig cups. He looked confused and said, "No, that's not true at all. I bring my own sometimes." He went from confused to shocked when I told him I was being accused of stealing company water while using my own Keurig cups and that I wanted to file an official complaint. And then annoyed when I told him who was accusing me and who I wanted to complain against. He apologized profusely on behalf of the a-hole manager and explained a few things. Long story short, there were multiple complaints of the same nature against this particular manager, mostly in the vein that she was overstepping the bounds of her duties and threatening to fire people at the slightest whim, which, senior manager told me, was not her decision to make. Senior boss apologized again and again, told me that I was absolutely allowed to bring in my own Keurig cups and that he would be speaking to the other manager in question. He finished by saying, "Her behavior will stop, I promise you, and she won't be speaking to you about this again. Let me know if she brings it up further." He again repeated that it was not her responsibility or within her duties to fire me. I have a very good relationship with my senior boss, and he told me that while he would prefer to avoid filing an official complaint, he would understand if I chose to and would draw up the paperwork. I told him that as long as no one else was accusing me of theft and that my job wasn't actually in jeopardy, it wasn't, he kept telling me, I wouldn't file a complaint only if the a-hole manager apologized in person. I got a very tight-lipped, face-to-face apology about 2 hours later from the a-hole manager. I told her how insulting it was to be accused of theft, especially over something so incredibly stupid as a single cup of water. I told her I didn't want to talk about it further, and that I wasn't going to hold it over her head as long as she treated me fairly going forward. I told her I would not be lodging a complaint, but if I felt like I was being unjustly accused of something in the future from her, I'd have those emails she so conveniently sent me as evidence that she didn't know what she was talking about. As I said, I have a very good relationship with my senior boss, and I've been at my current company for 5 years. I'm not worried. I do genuinely want to thank you all again who commented yesterday, offering me support, ideas, and help. That's one of the many reasons I came to this subreddit in the first place. Well, OP, you got the apology you needed to get, and she ate some humble pie. I think that's the expression. If not, please correct me in the comment section so I can learn. Anyways, thanks for sharing, OP, and all the best. Take care. And it's that time that we've reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's stories. I really did enjoy reading them to you. So if you did, then don't be shy and go ahead and give the video a like. And don't forget to subscribe or even share this video with people that you might think will enjoy my storytelling. Also, if you have the time, go down to the video description and check out all the links I have for you, from our Discord community to my channel merch. And finally, I'd like to say thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me that you enjoy my videos. And having said all that, I'll see you guys in the next video.